All right, the next thing we're going to do here is we're going to be building some different position presets. And these are going to be different symmetrically looking interesting designs that we might use in a queue. So we're going to create two wash looks, wash 1 and 2, and then we're going to create 3 beam looks. Now to do this, we're going to be using our existing presets, position presets that we've already made. So we're going to come up here, screen 2, you want to be in your preset 1 view, which has all your position, color, control beam, and dimmer presets on it. Now we've already created these basic stage location presets or venue location presets. And what we're going to do to create these looks, these wash and beam presets, is we're going to be using our existing position presets for areas of the stage. And we're going to be going through and setting specific lights into specific position presets here. Once we're done with that, when we go to store it, we're going to be storing this as a new type of preset, which we're calling an embedded preset. And all that means is that when we store this, it will be basically a higher preset that contains lower presets. And I'll try to explain that a little bit more once we're done with it and why we're doing that. You could think of it as like these positions we have right now are different books, and then this embedded preset is going to be the bookshelf. So we're just storing all these little presets into the bigger one. All right. So for this process, we're going to be using the highlight function so that we can actually see things better and deal with one fixture at a time. So first off, we're going to be dealing with our wash presets. So we're going to go ahead and select the stage group, wash group that we just created, which is all of our wash lights. All right, we're going to turn on highlight, which is down here just below please. And again, highlight is just a way to, it will send whatever lights are selected into full white and take out any gobos or anything, color wheels, anything like that, so we can just see it. I actually want to move my camera a little bit. No, I'm okay. Never mind. All right, so once we have highlight on and we've got all of our lights selected, we're going to be using the next button here to just step through each light individually. And you can watch in the fixture sheet over here which light you're going to be on so you can keep track of it. So we're going to hit next, which should leave us with just 203 on down here. So we have just 203 highlighted. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to step through these. Each one of these lights, I'm going to tell you a position preset to use for that light. And then we'll hit next to get to the next one and go through the entire list until we're at the end, and then we'll be storing it. Okay, so first one, 203, which is what we're on now, is going to downstage center. And if you're keeping track over here, you can see what position preset you're putting it in as well. Hit next. Now we're on to 204. This one is going to downstage right. Next, 205 to downstage left. Next, 206 to downstage center. Okay, next, now we're on to the auras. So these, remember, these have two parts to them. The first part is the position and main functions of the light. The second one, the 0.2, is the aura effect on the front, the color mixing of the lens plate itself. Obviously, that is not going to be used in a position because it doesn't do any position. So for these, we're going to be hitting next twice between them just to get to the 0.1s. Okay, so 301.1 is going to downstage center. Again, we're going to hit next twice to get to the next light, 302.1. So this one is going downstage right. Next twice, 303, we'll be going to down to the drum riser, sorry. Next twice, 304 to downstage center. 305 to downstage left. 306 to downstage right. 307 to downstage center. 308 to the drum riser. 309 to the downstage left. 310 to downstage center. Just adjust my rendering a little bit to make it a little more visible. All right. Okay, so now we're at the end of the list. We're not doing 310.2. So when we get to the end of the list, we're going to hit the set button right next to next down here. And what that's going to do is it's going to bring back my full selection so that we can go to store and see everything. So we'll hit set. It brings back everyone. We've got this kind of symmetrical looking beam look or wash look going on here. So now we're going to store all of these presets into a bigger embedded preset. So to do that, instead of just hitting store, we're going to hold down the store button until the store options window pops up. So hold down store, you'll eventually get this window that pops up that's red. I'm going to throw it up to screen number 3, so it's a little bit bigger for you. So this is where we get all of our different store options. We talked about, storing active or storing all, active for selected, blah, blah, blah in ALT. Another thing in here is where we find the preset filter, which we dealt with in ALT as well when we were creating our control presets. In the preset section, there's also this allow embedded option, and that's what we're looking for. We want to go ahead and toggle on so that it's yellow, the allow embedded, which means that I will now be storing an embedded preset. So what that's going to do is it's going to embed all of these other position presets into this new preset that I'm building. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and select whatever cell I want. I'm going to come over here and skip one just to indicate that this is not a part of these regular presets. It's a new sort of use. So I'm going to click on number 14 here. Or sorry, that's number 9, 14 lights in it. And when we look at that cell now, instead of seeing just the S, we see the S because it's selective. It's only the fixtures that we had selected. But we see this E here indicating that that is now an embedded preset. The reason why we want to do that is because, say we're on a traveling show. We're in a new venue every day. We've got these looks that we're creating that are used in our cues or our sequences. By embedding these other presets in here based on stage location, our stage location may change from one venue to the other. It may be 6 feet off. It may be 30 feet off. So we don't want to have to go through and update all of these different cues with these presets of stage location. So now if I ever go in and I update the downstage center preset, that's embedded into this one. So it'll automatically update the wash 1 preset as well. So it's going to help me if I'm moving from venue to venue, saving time and not having to update all these presets. Otherwise, if I didn't embed it, I'd have to update wash 1, wash 2, beam 1, 2, 3, however many of these you had in addition to downstage center as well. So that's why we're doing it this way and what that's useful for. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense.